All right. So the sweet spot about Dotloop is templates. We are going to cover that now. When you log into Dotloops, you have templates here. I've created my own personal templates. What did I do? I looked at the checklist for Texas Signature Royalty and, oh, sorry, my camera is acting out. Sorry. There you go. I looked at the checklist and I created a template for sellers. Anytime I'm doing something with test sellers, I created a template for buyers and for leasing. Okay, the three common transactions. If you notice, if you go to templates on your Dotloop, you will see Texas Signature Realty templates, which by the way are available here. TREC templates are over here. Okay. Uh, Texas Real Estate Commission templates are over here. No, not TREC, but what is it called? Um, ah, Texas Realtors. The templates are here. HAR has templates here too. By the way, anytime you click on HAR, it's going to ask you to log in if you're doing it for the first time. So please make sure you do that. Any questions on the built-in templates? These are already here by default. You don't have to do anything. So now I'm going to use my personal one to train. Well, I don't like that. It's got things in it. Let me do something that doesn't have anything. Anyway, follow along with me. You want to create your own template. Let's say you are going to do a lease, simplest one, right? I'm going to come in new here. You see where it says new folder? I'm going to create that folder. I'm going to call it lease uh, temp for lease template. Create it. Now I have a template here. It's blank. There's nothing in it at all. If you feel like talking, let me know, please. If you don't, it's okay. Now, what do you need when you do a lease? The first thing you need is, of course, you always need the IABS, the number one document. I'm going to go to TREC Interactive Forms. I'm going to do information. Let's say it's a brokerage. Okay. Nowadays, TREC has different ones. You see where it says tenant information about brokerage services. Tenant, not seller, not landlord, not buyer. Tenant. Click on tenant, come here. You want to make a copy of it. This is the TREC template. You want to make a copy of it. You want to copy it to templates, not to a loop. You want to copy to templates. Which template? I want to copy to my lease temp folder that I just created. I want to copy it there. Click OK. I'm going to repeat this 3 times. Another document that you need is lease application, right? I just typed the word lease. This is TREC. TREC has addendum for leases, addendum regarding residential leases, buyer's temporary lease. TREC does not have a lease application template. So get out of there. Let's see if Texas Realtors has a lease application, right? So I click on the name here and I look for lease. Now I'm looking for, what's the residential lease application? No, let me just, maybe that's the right one. Let me list that application. Okay, there you go. Can everybody see this? Residential lease application. I want that. I want to copy it again to my templates. I'm going to copy to my lease template. I've copied 2 documents now, the IABS and the lease application. Okay. The other document that you typically would need for a lease would be the broker agreement between brokers, right? I search for the word brokers. Guess what? Agreement between brokers for residential leases. is available here, right? I want to click it. I want to copy it to your template. Done. What else do you need? You always need the inventory, inventory condition. I believe now TREC requires something about floods when you're doing a lease. I'm not going to copy everything here. I'm just giving you an example with how this is done. Okay. You go look at the normal template. You create your own folder for your type of transaction. You can even use the Texas Signature Realty checklist to make sure that you have the documents that are needed for that type of transaction. Like if you're doing a lease, you need a lease application or a lease agreement, right? You need a representation agreement. I didn't put that in here. Let's go look at that. I want to go to the TREC document, look for representation agreement.
Dennis, may I have a question?
Please do.
I don't have that TREC interactive forms in my account. I just have a Texas Senator Realty, Texas Realtors Interactive, and Houston Association. How can
You
I
you may
put?
want to ask Dotloop why you don't have it. I don't know why. I assumed everybody would have it. I apologize. I did not know that some people may not have it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So now residential buyer representation agreement, that one says buyers. I'm looking at it in Texas Realtors. This one says buyers to short form. There's a short form, a long form. Um, let's just copy the short form. It's easier. I want to copy to my templates. So what did I do here? I created a folder. I picked an example transaction for a lease agreement, and then I copied the documents to it. Okay. This is now where the rubber hits the road. This is the very sweet spot about this tool. For the buyer agreement, let's just take, no, that's a long document. Which one is the quicker one? That's okay. Let's do the buyer agreement. Okay, the tenant buyer agreement. This is in your template, by the way. This is not in your loop. This is in your template. Once you do this in your template, anytime you do a loop, it brings all this information you pre-filled here automatically. So sweet, so easy. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to edit my buyer representation agreement in my loop. I come in here. This is normally, manually filled. This agreement is between so and client. That's going to be filled later. In agreement acquire purchases. So I'm just going to put, hey, this is a training. I'm just going to put some. I'm not going to fill things that you fill when you do a new contract, like the dates. I'm not going to put those in here. But the normal things that you do are things like, okay, showing services. Okay. Paragraph 6 to apply. Broker will provide client with access to property in the market. Client will pay a broker fee of $0. Remember, you always want to make sure that you make them blue in your template. Okay. In definition, in this agreement, acquire means purchase or lease of property. Market area means this is your market area. So in my case, I'm going to say Katy, sorry. I'm going to say Katy, Richmond, full share, right? That's the market area that I want to focus on. I don't want to go too far from where I live. So I'm just going to put that over there. And I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to make it blue. You can make it bold if you want to. It won't hurt anything. Okay, broker fees. When earned at payable, you guys know what this is after what happened. Okay, let's say normally I don't feel this, but in the old days I would have put 3% here. You can change it once you upload this to, to whatever the correct one is. But in the old days, it was just assumed it was going to be 3%. You would put that in there, make it bold, and for the sale. And then for leases, it was always approved 50% of first month's rent or 0% of other rents, right? I'm just going to make it bold, blue, I'm gonna come here and make this bold blue again. Sorry, bold blue. Okay, sorry, keeps skipping the bold part. All right, intermediary, the client does authorize intermediary, and guess what? Broker's printed name. This is the broker. I'm gonna say just Texas Signature Realty. And the license number for Texas Signature Realty, I'm just gonna put that here. By the way, please mute your lines. I can hear some feedback on somebody's line. Please mute if you're not talking. Okay, let me see if I can find who that is and mute them. It's Bonnie, mute. Okay. Anyway, so there you go. So here, what I'm doing is I'm pre-filling these fields, by the way. And I'm going to show you how this works once you pre-fill them. I'm not going to assign it right now because this is a template. It's going to be used many times, right? Broker associate's name, that would be me. I'm going to make that also bold, and I'm going to highlight it, okay? And then my license number, I'm going to put that in there. Again, I'm going to make that field bold, and I'm going to highlight it to make sure I've done it. So what did I do? I took a template document that I use a lot. I filled my information, okay? And I'm going to do this with the IABS also. So I want to do two documents. So in my template called Lease temp here, I just pre-filled the buyer-tenant agreement. I'm also going to pre-fill my IABS. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit fast because I have this information in this text document that I use a lot. So I'm just going to copy paste. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, this is Texas Signature Realty. Oh, that came a little bit too small for my taste. I'm going to make the text bigger. I'm going to make it 12. 12, right? License number of the brokerage. I'm going to copy that from my document here. And I'm just going to paste it. Email address of the brokerage. I'm going to do that over here. Copy paste. And then the phone number. I'm copying and pasting straight into the template. This is a template, by the way, that I'm copying this information into. Designated broker. This information is going to be the same. Going to be the supervisor and the broker are the same. So I'm just going to put Matt's name here. Okay. And Matt's license number. I'm going to copy that also. Just put those in here. The email address is the same. The phone number is the same. All right, here is my information. And my license number goes there. My email address goes here. And then my phone number goes here. So what did I do? I filled the IABS. By the way, this is something, if you want to make all this text blue once again, remember, click anywhere outside here and highlight all of them. Simply come in here. Oh, that one's assignment, so it won't let me do it that way. Let me make sure that I can do just the text. There you go. The reason why it won't let me is because I picked the signature fields, which it won't let me do. So I'm going to make everything here bold, and I'm going to make everything here blue. And it does it for me. So now I'm going to save this. So remember, I pre-populated two pieces of documents in my templates. I pre-populated the IABS, okay, and I pre-populated the buyer, the tenant representation agreement. Create another folder for sellers, or you can put it listing folder, or another one for buyer. So me, I just created, you can see mine here. I have a buyer folder, I have a lease folder, and I have a seller folder. I put only the documents I need for each one of those transactions in that loop, in that template, and I pre-filled all of them. How does this work? This is how it works. So you come into a new loop. Let's say this was a lease, okay? And I'm going to show you real quick. Let me go back to metrics real quick. I'm just going to pick something. Don't worry about it. Let me pick another address. Any address will do. Next address. Yeah, that's it. So remember, when you're doing a new loop, go to metrics or even a lease, go to metrics, pull up the MLS ID, come to your loops here, your dot loop, come in here, put in the MLS ID, give it a few seconds. We didn't find it in this time around. I don't know why. I'm going to delete the zero, put another zero. It did not find it. So when it does not find it, just copy the address of the property. And then come to your loop, put the address there. And sorry, I'm doing it wrong. I should have started with other loop. I did not do that. I was searching. I apologize. Add a loop, copy the MLS ID of the loop, come in here, put the MLS ID. It found it, select it. I'm going to use this as a list. It's not a list. We all know that, but this is an example. I'm going to import the data, and then I'm going to continue. Now, remember previously, I selected one of the pre-built loops. In this case, I'm not going to select it. I want it to be blank, okay? So I'm going to just continue. Don't put any documents here. It brought the photo of the property. I'm going to hit done. When it does this, it's created a loop. If you go to view the loop, it's blank. It's only got the listing agent information. I'm going to change myself into the buyer or tenant. If it's a lease, you change yourself to the tenant agent. I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, there you go, tenant agent. Okay. It's blank. There are no documents in this loop. This is where your templates become very important. I'm going to go to templates now. I'm going to go to my lease template. I'm going to pick, you can select all if you have all the documents you have. I'm going to select all my lease documents that I have in that template. I'm just going to go copy them over. Try again. Okay, there you go. Guess what? It took all the documents I had in my template, brought them to my loop. Remember, you pre-filled them. All you have to do now, once you have your templates, if I wanted to send this to, let's say, a new buyer, remember, you always need to add your buyer's information here, okay, in your loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say uh, buyer two. Let's say this is your buyer, buyer number two, and their role is buyer. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put a fake phone number there. I'm going to just put a fake email. It doesn't have to be correct. 2929. And then I'm just going to put, let me just use my regular email, one of my spam emails. 2050. All right. And I can add their phone number here. Just anyway, fill it out. This is your buyer information. Last name required, last name of the buyer, test. It's looking for two names. Okay. It's looking for two names. So I'm gonna say add buyer. So now you got a buyer. And in this case, because we have a buyer, I'm gonna make myself a buying agent, not lease agent. Okay. I'm gonna buying agent. Okay. So now I have all the information I need for my buyer and myself. Just give me a second, guys. I need to book something real quick here that I need to do at 3 p.m. every afternoon. I apologize for that. Um, coming up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. 39. Quick book. Done. Okay, I'm done. All right. Remember, I pre-filled all these, two of these forms. in my template. Now I have a new let's say this was a lease. I have a new lease. All I do is copy the documents from my template. I come in here and I autofill. And guess what? All I have to do right now, if I did not pick my buyer here, by the way, if it's not assigned, you can manually assign a field. You click on it, say assign. And in this case, my buyer was buyer test two. Okay. Did you notice that? I did not have to do this because I had this pre-filled in my template. It brought all the information. I don't have to do this anymore. All I can do now is share the document with my buyer. This is the sweet spot about having templates. If this was a representation agreement, again, I already pre-filled it. I just open up the document, fill it with the buyer information. By the way, it's pulling that information already. Okay. It's pulling all that information for me already. All I gotta do is autofill, and guess what? I only fill the things like, okay, the date that the is beginning, the date that is ending, and guess what? I share the document. That's it. 3 clicks, you're done. This is the beauty of having templates. It's because you can simply just pre-do your templates, fill all the information you need, like a representation agreement. You fill the market area. You fill if there is an HOA. In most cases, I just say there's an HOA by default. But depending on the individual situation, I will go back. Once I pre-fill this form before I share it with my buyer, I verify. I fill all the other information like the terms of the agreement, the start date, the end date, the earnest money. Okay. Those things are specific to that transaction. I fill those here. But the beauty of this is the other fields like market area, is there relocation service being used? Is there a services contracts? All those things that are common, I pre-fill them in my template. When I come here, I have literally, even on my phone, literally during those COVID days that it was very hot, you needed to put an offer and put it immediately. I have literally come to this form using my template, filled 4 fields, and send it out immediately because I already have the template pre-filled. Easy to do. All you gotta do is sign it at that point when you need it and share it with whoever needs it. Share it with your buyer. They sign it. You download it on your phone. You attach it to an email to the selling agent or whoever you need to send it to, and you send it right there and then. This has saved me a ton of work. I'm gonna pause here and ask somebody put something on the text. Let me make sure I read it. Oh, they just said I love it. Okay. Somebody put something on the text. They love it. Questions from anyone? Do you want me to do another one? You can come off mute and tell me. I think we have, it's not showing me the time here. They start counting when we have 10 minutes, I think. So we have time. Any questions from anyone?
I have one.
Sure.
Can you edit this like on the number 7, the broker's fees?
Yes.
It'll change it when
Yeah.
you set it off.
Like for example, let's put this. Let's say they're only offering 1%. Come here.
Correct.
For this
Mhm.
particular form, it's 1%. That's it.
Okay. But then when it goes off
It
to,
goes with 1%.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I use this for everything. I even have the CDA already uploaded in all my templates. When the transaction is done, boom, I send the CDA straight out to Matt, like done, right? I can do this rapidly.
Can you pull that one up so we can see it?
Sure. Let me see. And oh, by the way, thank you for asking. Oh, I was forgetting. Oh my goodness. Thank you. How do you add a document that is not here? Oh my God. That's perfect. Okay. So let's say, but because the CDA, if you go to the Texas Signature Realty templates here, I don't think the CDA is here. What is it? I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. But if you have a copy of the CDA, I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's go back to the loops, for example. In this case, I'm just going to go back to my loop, this test loop, and I need to add a document that is not here. This also applies. Let's say you are the person that is representing the seller, okay? The buyer agent sent you their information. You need to add it to your loop and send it to your buyer to sign it or your seller to sign it, right? The other realtor is going to send you the information in PDF. You need to share it with your client. This is how you add it. There is something here called add a document. You can add it from templates, which this case is not, it's not going to be in the template. It's going to be a file. So you want to browse, find the files that those people sent you, the other the buying agent or the selling agent, find the file that they sent you. Let me see if I have one. Hold on. Hold on. Just give me a second here. Let me do something real quick. Let me just do something real quick. I'm gonna go to templates, download one. Let's say this is somebody just if you can remember. Let me say this is what's one that has more information. Lease application. Let's download this one. I'm just gonna download this, a blank one. Download, and I'm just gonna save it in my downloads. Now I'm going to use it as an example. So let's say uh, you are representing the landlord. Oh, did I close my dot loop? No, I did not. Okay. You are representing the landlord, and so they've just sent you a lease application, right? Or maybe you're representing the tenant, and they send you a lease application from the other realtor, and you need to add it to your loop. Okay. So I'm just going to go add document, browse files. It's in my downloads folder. Is this lease agreement? And guess what? It pulls it up here. When you click on it, if it's coming from the other agent, they probably already have this information pre-filled. Or if you wanted to make this fillable, this is how you go about doing it. Now, this is very important. So I need you to kind of pay attention to this. If there's a document that is sent to you, or if it's a template that has not been filled out and you need to fill it out, oh my goodness, I have 10 minutes left, so I'm going to be quicker. All right, you can add a signature. You scroll down to the signature field. Is the bottom of this? Yeah, you see that? Add. It's going to ask you, who do you assign it to? You assign it to the buyer. If that field does not exist, or if, for example, you get a document from the other agent and you need to add a signature field for your client, you just add a signature field, file, add initials, add initials. You come in here. Where's the initials? It's a lot of initials. Which document is this? Anyway, I'm just gonna give you an example. So if you wanted to add an initial, some of them have initials at the bottom, right? You wanted to add an initial, you just go File, Add Initial, and assign it to your buyer. Those forms that have signatures, initials, if they have something that they need to fill out, okay, for example, applicant's employer information, okay? I'm gonna File, Add, Text, Address. Come in here, put it in here. If you wanna fill it for them, you can just pre-fill it. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Hamway Avenue, whatever that is. Add the text, okay? Add another text field. Add text, come in here. Apartment number 2456, whatever that is. and add the landlord's name, file, add text. Please stop me if I'm going too fast. This is how you do a lease agreement or any other agreement. You come add text, file, add text. By the way, this is how I do all my lease agreements. Add text. The information that pertains to me is already filled in the template. For example, the landlord information is normally coming, is new for each transaction. But the information about the agent, like there's information here about the agent, that comes pre-filled from my template. I don't have to do that. All I have to do is add as much information if the tenant has already sent you their driver's license. I always go through I put all that information in there. All they have to do is fill up information like yes, no, do you have pets, who is your current employer. When you do that, by the way, let's say they were going to fill out the information about their previous employer, right? Actually, let's do this, current employer. I add a text field for my client. I don't fill it out. I add another text field for the address of their current employer. You can make it bigger. I do not fill it out. I add another text field. This is if you get a form that is not fillable online, you can make it fillable by simply adding text. And then when you're done, you can highlight all those fields, assign them to your tenant or buyer. When you share this form, it will show right here. They have 5 fields to fill out and sign. It is, maybe it's easy for me, but I love this tool. You can add fields manually, assign them to your buyer or to your seller, send it to them, and they're gonna fill it out just like you do with the DocuSign and sign it digitally. Any questions, please?
Dennis, on that form, the residential lease application, once you add fields for them to complete, can you save that as a template so moving forward you don't have to continuously add the fields? So can you just
Yes, good
template?
question. I
Okay.
love that. So let's go look at how to do that on a template wise, right? You come into your templates, list temp, right? Let's look at an application, residential lease application. Let's do that. Good question, by the way. Look at this. The good thing about templates is already there. By the way, by default, because it's a template, if you were to send this blankly like this, all these fields are going to be grayed out. They're going to be assigned to your tenant or your buyer to fill out. They're already there.
Right.
So you don't have to do that. But for me, what I normally do with my templates, as I said, things like how did you hear about it? Like, where's that one? Like my information, applicant's information. Uh, there's a there's a place here about the real estate agent information, right? I'll pre-fill those before I share it with them. But if you look at the template, it's already pre-populated for you. But if you wanted to, you can actually come into the template, add more fields, which I don't recommend doing because you're not a lawyer. But for the most part, you could essentially do what you're asking.
Oh, okay, great. So in here in Dotloop,
Yeah,
the residential lease application already is available as fillable.
correct. Correct.
Oh,
Actually, all the forms in Dotloop that are templatized are ready to be fillable. Except there was an example. Oh my goodness, we're running out of time. Somebody asked me how to do a CDA. I apologize. I digress. Let me get back to it real quick. Add a document, browse. We have 3 minutes left. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Texas Signature Realty. I'm just gonna add where's CDA contract transaction. Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna put the old one. I have the old one. I apologize. Okay, so let's go to that one. By the way, I templatized this because when Texas Signature gives you this, it's a PDF that is not fillable. What I did, I templatized it. I made all this fillable, the property address, file add, text, put it in there, stretch it, and leave it alone because that's going to be different. File add checkbox. I normally don't use opacity, so I put no there. And I can pre-check it if I want to in my template, okay? File add, and you can put all this information. I add all this text into my template. Somebody needs to be muted. I don't know who that is. Anyway, you can add all these fields. Because of lack of time, I'm not going to do all of them. And now you can save it. The next time you do this, when you come to your transaction, guess what? All those fields are available for you to fill. Just type in or copy paste the property address, save it, sign it digitally, send it to Matt. To Matt Merritt, hey, this is the transaction information. I now have this in my templates. All those fields have already been, I manually added them, made them fillable. Any transaction I do, when I do my loop, I just come in here, import a document from templates. I go here. You can see where's my lease? My regular one, sorry, my lease one. I can come in now. Let's go to the buyer one. That's the one I use the most. Oh, come on. My Dotloop is hiding things from me. Hold on. Oh, I'm in my personal profile. I apologize. So I can come in here and just simply add that document to my loop, sign it, send it out. We have a minute and a half left. Does anybody have any questions on how to do this? By the way, I believe in helping. So if you have any questions, you can hit me up directly. When I have time, I will sit down and walk you through this if you still need help. But for the most part, the beauty of Dotloop is you can always go to your templates, create a folder for each transaction, add the documents that pertain to that type of transaction, if it's a lease, a buy, or a sell. Edit those documents with the information that you commonly share across all documents, save it. When you create a new loop for a new transaction, copy those documents over and simply sign them and send them off to your buyer, your seller, or your landlord to sign. It is quick. Dotloop, you don't have to pay for. I believe it's paid for by your HAR membership or something like that. So that's why I use it. I've become pretty much very comfortable with it, as you can see. The other platforms, I don't know if